So normally this time of year, we would be having our ace party and celebrating the 2020 golf season and celebrating the members at Crane Creek who made a hole-in-one this year at their club. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we had to cancel the ace party. However, we're still going to take the opportunity to celebrate our ace makers from 2020. This year we had 10 members make hole-in-ones at Crane Creek Country Club. That kind of compares to about an average of 8 in most normal years, but we expected to have more this year as we have done almost 50,000 rounds of golf. That is compared to the 24,000 we did last year, so we did quite a few more rounds of golf, and we only got about, on the average, 2 more holes in one this year. However, all 10 of those players obviously are very thrilled at their accomplishment, and we are going to recognize them in this month's crier, so make sure you look in this month's crier and see their pictures and get a little information about their aces. But in addition to that, we're also going to post 10 videos. Each ace maker gets to talk a little bit about their hole-in-one, just as they would do if they were attending the ace party. So please enjoy these videos. Make sure you watch all 10 of them, and congratulate those ace makers when you see them at the club. So Chris, way back in July you made a hole-in-one on number 3. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
All right, well, thanks, Ron. There were 2 special things on that Sunday morning. We went out early, and I was playing with some guys that I really enjoyed playing with. I was with Paul Turk and Chris Ormseth, and I hit a really nice shot to a back pin on number 3, and I thought it was pretty good. And I went up to the green, didn't see the ball, went to pull the ball out of the cup, and here's the first thing that I saw.
Oh.
And for anybody who doesn't know, that says Emergency 9 MT, Mike Thompson.
Oh my gosh.
So the Mike Thompson ball found its way to the cup on number 3.
That is outstanding.
It was a great day, and got to buy a few drinks for people that Sunday morning, and I never will forget that shot.
And what number hole-in-one is this for you?
This is number 2, and I made one about 10 or so years ago on the same hole.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, Chris.
Thank you.
So Jack, the hole-in-one you made on October the 21st, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we were playing the white tees, and it shot 120 yards. A little bit of wind in our face, so I chose to hit a 9-iron, which I thought might be a little too much club. Nobody could see where the ball went. I was playing with Jim Reed. He knocked it 2.5 feet left of the hole, exactly hole high. So I was walking to the back of the green to look for my ball, and as he walked up to mark his, he said, "Oh my God, there's a ball in the hole." So it turned out to be mine.
And what number is this for you as far as hole-in-ones go?
Be my 3rd one. It's the 2nd one on that hole. I had one there 3 years ago, and then the other one was like 40 years ago in Park City, Utah.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, Jack. So
Thank
Joann, back on September 8th, you made a hole-in-one, which I believe, was that your 4th? Your 4th or your 5th? The 5th maybe?
I think it was my 5th, 4th, I'm not sure, Ron.
What?
I had one that went in the hole once and it came out, so it wasn't legal. Let's call it the 4th one.
Okay, and then that was on number 7, right? This one here?
Yes.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I like, as everyone know, I like to zoom around the course, particularly in the late afternoon. And I always thought, well, one of these days I'm going to get a hole-in-one and there's not going to be anyone. But God and I will know. So I'm following, I'm on the front 9, and I'm following 2 men, one rider and one walker, and I thought, okay, I don't think there's anyone in front of them. I think I'll just go around them. And for some reason, I didn't. It's like, okay, Joann, you need to learn patience on the golf course. So I sat there and I waited for him on number 7 to finish. I got up, got my 8-iron, I didn't even measure, and hit it up in the air, and I thought the wind was in my face, and I thought I heard something, but I knew the ball was going toward the pin. And so when I got up there, instead of going up to see, I asked these 2 gentlemen if they would mind walking up with me. And when we walked up, I didn't see a ball. I looked in the bunkers, and the young man walked up to the pin, and the ball was in the pin. So they were my angels that day.
That's pretty neat. And then now 12 days later, what happened 12 days later?
Well, I'm out having a wonderful time with friends at Banbury, and we get up to the number 3, a little par 3 over the water. I don't even know if I measured. I just took, I think it was my 8-iron again, and hit it, and the 2 people with me started hollering and said, it's in, and it was. So I had 2 holes in one in a matter of 12 days.
That is awesome. Now you're up to 5 total, and who knows what's going to happen next year.
Yes. Correct.
Congratulations, Joann.
Thank you.
Okay, Dean, way back in March, before all this COVID craziness hit us, you made your hole-in-one. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I was on hole number 13, 209 yards. Hit a 4-iron, a little wind, it was cold that day. Hit it right at the hole. And because you can't see on that hole very well, didn't know if it went in the hole or not. I was walking, the guys I was playing with were riding. I got about halfway to the hole and they were giving me the high five from the green already. So it was an awesome experience.
And what number is this as far as hole-in-ones go?
This is number 1.
Oh, baby. First one, huh?
42 years of golfing, and this is number 1.
Well, now they're going to come in droves.
I hope so.
Congratulations, Dean.
Thanks, Ron.
So, Sally, you have just come off the golf course, and something spectacular happened out there. Tell us about it.
Well, I haven't played golf for 3 months because I broke my left wrist. So it was my maiden voyage since August, early August. And on number 3, the ball went in the hole. It was a pretty shot. It was 8-iron, and we got up there, and of course it's blind, but got up there and couldn't see a ball on the green, and there it was in the hole.
Now, I'm sure you've had multiple holes in one. What's this, maybe number 3, number 4?
Actually, this is number 9.
9? Wow. How many have been at Crane Creek?
Crane Creek, let's see, I had one on when it used to be number 3, which is now the back, and now it's number 11. I had 2 on number 6, whatever that is. That isn't even there anymore. And I had one on 7, on the front 9, and this is my first one on number 3.
So now you've completed the 4 original par 3s at Crane Creek.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Correct. Thank you.
Nice
Thank
shooting
you.
there. So, Tracy, back in July, you made a hole-in-one on number 13, I believe. Tell us a little bit about it.
You know, I was having my typical day. I was having some good holes and some bad holes. And actually, that's a hole that has been kind of a nemesis for me. So I stepped up and used a club that typically took me to the back of the hole and actually hit it well. And I knew it was flying well. But as it started to roll towards the pin, I thought that it had gone behind it. So I turned and walked off the tee box, and everybody else around me erupted. And so I'm the only person in my foursome that didn't see it go in the hole.
So the message there is if you don't take enough club, you don't have a chance to knock it in the hole,
Well,
right?
that would be true. That would be true.
And is this your first hole-in-one?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Will, back in September, you made a hole-in-one on our 13th hole.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So it was super windy that day. It was probably blowing like 25, 30 miles per hour, and it was right into our face like it always is on 13. And I had 220 yards to the pin. Pin was back left, like tucked behind that bunker. And I hit a 4-wood, slight low draw, took a couple bounces, then rolled right in. And all I remember was me just sprinting to the green and just telling Caleb and a couple of my friends that what just happened. So yeah.
That's so cool. And that was your first hole-in-one, I take it.
Yep.
That's great. Well, once
First
you make
one.
that first one, they're going to come in droves now.
Hopefully.
Now we want to ask one of the witnesses there that day. We're going to ask him a question too. This is Caleb Allen. Caleb, what'd you think of Will's shot?
It was crazy. I remember it was Ron and I believe, and we were talking to the cart lady actually. We were getting some food, and Will hits it, and I remember him saying in the air, "Be good, be good." And we didn't think much of it. And then we look over and I see Will running down the fairway, threw his hat off, threw his club, and we watched the ball just drop, and it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Well, pretty exciting times,
Yeah.
huh? Well, congratulations on your great shot.
Thank you.
I'm 84. I shot my age this year already. I've had a number of times, but I've never had a hole-in-one in my 53 years of playing Crane Creek. So this is a real first. To have it happen at age 84 was a surprise.
I'm Tony Magnuson, describing my hole-in-one. It was the 2020 President's Cup, day 2. And after a hard, long 5 battle on day 1, I found myself tied for first. And after a slow start, I get to hole 7 after birdieing hole 6. We had pretty much torrential hurricane winds into my face. 150-yard shot with an 8-iron. I hit the ball perfectly, obviously, and it was a slam dunk. And fortunately, the COVID squishy foam was in the hole, and I'm pretty sure it would have bounced out without it. That's pretty much it. It did cost me about $700 in booze, so beware. Don't do it during the President's Cup.
Okay, Andrew, so back in July, you made a hole-in-one. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it was a Saturday afternoon. I was playing golf with my wife, and it was on hole number 7. It was playing 145 yards, and I hit an 8-iron and tried to follow the ball, kind of lost it. It was one of the rare occasions where my wife was actually watching my shot and said it went in the hole. So we drove the cart up there, and sure enough, it was in the hole.
That's awesome. Now, that was your first hole-in-one, is that correct?
First hole-in-one. Hope to have another one soon.
Well, they kind of come in droves after you get that first one out of the way. Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you.